Pull up looking like a lick, then I sped off in the best. Victoria's Secret, she
Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup is and this game starts the elimination round for the NBA Cup tournament. All teams won their respective groups, but only one can advance.
Yeah, this tourney can kind of sneak up on you. Suddenly, the intensity is much higher, and so are the stakes.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo, Tyler Hero out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward. Now, here's Richardson. Back to Hero. Just 4 to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Ball with the bucket.
There's Ball with the answer. I love the fire this guy plays with.
Anunoby kicks to Love. Pass to Hero. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season. Well, you can tell that dependability on the court means a lot to Tyler Hero. He wants to be that guy for his team night after night.
And Hero drops them both. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there's a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle, accountability, and will consistently be about their culture.
Miami no good on that time either. Hornets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Miller, shoots, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Anunoby kicks to Richardson. Hero from long range. Rebound by Williams.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Back to Ball. From deep three-point land, the rebound by Kevin Love. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Bridges with the block.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer, and some very quick points for him on that possession. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing by 2. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. There's a check in for OG Anunoby. There's a break in the action, so a rundown now. The most reliable power forwards and centers over the past month when it comes to shooting the basketball. Second is Mark Williams.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Well, you can pretty much count it when they get the ball down low like that. You got to give them credit for working hard to get themselves open. Their percentages certainly wouldn't be as high as they are if they couldn't knock down those open 15-footers.
Now, Hero. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Miles Bridges. Miller against Hero. Hornets with the rebound. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
Pass to Harris. Right wing. Here's Adebayo. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Batum. Here's Bridges. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Adebayo with a screen on Miller. And here is Hero. 8 points for him. That three off the mark. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. Now, here's Richardson, following the miss by Miles Bridges. Miami no good on that time either.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The Heat trail by 3. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Josh enjoying this and one opportunity. Good job finishing despite the defense knocking him around a bit.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Sars checked in for Williams. P.J. Washington comes in for Nicholas Batum. Bertans, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Rozier in for Brandon Miller. That's good from Richardson.
And Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game. Has such good height at the two-guard spot.
Rozier the pass the ball. Pass to Sar. Bryant with the rebound.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
That one goes in. And the Heat lead by 2.
Excellent focus from Anunoby. Wasn't going to let that bump get to his head.
Ball from long range. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ball's got 6. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's Charlotte leading by a point. And we'll be back with you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for Miami here in the second, we've got Wells. OG Anunoby is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Robinson, and it's Robinson in at the 5. Robinson misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we're just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets.
LaMelo using that body control there, making the play off contact.
Robinson finds Harris. Robinson a screen on Washington. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist from Wells. Robinson's got the game tied up here for the Heat. Washington with the screen on Robinson. Ball from long range. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And when you ask the coaches about Sarr, they rave about his motor.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Martin, he's checked in for Charlotte. And Miami also making a switch. Jovic is checked in. And even in this knockout round of this NBA Cup tournament, these games, Greg, also count towards the team's regular season record. So it means so much in a lot of different ways.
And even as they take part in this tourney, more than likely, some of these games we're witnessing provide a preview of matchups we'll see come playoff time.
And he makes the first. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Martin. He's perfect from the line this time.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
On the wing, Rozier. Nothing on the board. In the corner, it's Hayward. Clock at 6. to Rozier. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Harris looking it over. Robinson for three. Drills the three-pointer. Robinson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat.
And Robinson's role is out there to stretch the floor, which is why his guys encourage him to keep firing.
Ball against Robinson. Ball no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Miami Heat. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Mark Williams is checked in for P.J. Washington. And Miller's subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Victor Oladipo comes in for OG Anunoby. Here's Saw. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Williams, a screen on Robinson. Charlotte again missing.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Now, here's Oladipo. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Oladipo against Miller. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. Alex Sarr, number 1.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Some changes for Charlotte. Batum comes in for Sarr, and it's Bridges in for Rozier. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Kevin Love's checked in for Wells. Bam Adebayo comes in for Jaime Jaquez. Tyler Hero, he's checked in for Robinson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 25-point game against Cleveland. No good on the three.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Ball finds Miller. Williams sets a screen for Miller. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Shoots from 14. Miami no good on that time either. Hornets trail by 3. Bridges outside. Pass the ball. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Love. He's getting around 8 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Rozier, he's checked in for Charlotte. OG Anunoby's checked in for Miami. Love with the screen on Miller. And a wide open look for Hero. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Terry Rozier.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And so it's Charlotte with it. It's a 5-point game. Miller outside. Back to Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. To end the cold streak. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
And there's Hero. That's good on the assist by Adebayo.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Now here's Williams. He's got 6. Knocked away. It's stolen by Adebayo. Pass to Love. Good ball movement here by Miami. Hero, no good.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Rozier looking around. Out to Miller. Williams sets a screen for Miller. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to Adebayo. Anunoby outside. Hero from long range. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
And it's Rozier missing. The Heat leading by 4. Now Hero, the layup off target. Left side, Rozier. Cans the shot from the wing. Rozier's got his first basket. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Heat lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you guys are in control right now. How's that happen?
Well, I think we've been able to get to our pace. We've been active defensively, so we just have to maintain our focus and keep trying to be in attack mode, both ends of the court.
You guys are built for this, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And for that game against the Thunder, no one can play a perfect game. So they'll have to do a few things to come close. Taking good shots, communicating well defensively, and outwork those guys across from you, Shaq. Word.
And now looking at the Hornets, a very close game so far.
They're playing too casual, not being aggressive, not getting to the line. They're doing some other things well, but not that.
You know what I'm looking at? Free throw disparity. That's a difference in the game. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what Tyler Hero has done in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's Hero. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Out on the wings for him, Miller and Bridges. Batum out there with Williams, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. So that's the Hornets 5. The Heat with the lead. Here's Anunoby, and Anunoby slams it in.
And you could see the length that time with OG stretching out to finish.
Miller kicks the ball. On the wing, Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Anunoby. Rebound by the Heat. Anunoby's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hero from long range. Bridges with the board.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Back to Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These Ball brothers can fly.
Heat have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Richards in the pass to Adebayo. Adebayo. That shot off.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Down low. It's stolen by Adebayo. And here we go. Up the floor. And there's Hero. That's good on the assist by Anunoby. Hero's got 17 now. Hornets trail by 4. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Ball against Richardson. Ball feeling it out a bit. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Richardson.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Adebayo with a screen for Anunoby. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Bridges. And it's Miami with the rebound. Hero's got his 4th rebound in this one. Richardson outside. Anunoby kicks to Adebayo. Sinks the three-pointer. Adebayo's got the lead up to 7 now for the Heat. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Making a change here. Sars checked in. And with the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard showing us this month's top passers. LaMelo Ball, 3rd.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
3rd quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Miller the bounce pass. Here's Ball. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. The Heat leading by 7. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Here's Ball after Tyler Hero's bucket. Ball no good.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Outside, Ball. Miller with a screen on Richardson. There's Ball with the three. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Some changes here for the Heat. Harris is checked in for OG Anunoby. Wells comes in for Hero. And it's done. Adebayo passes to Robinson. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Bridges, and the basket is good. And the Heat lead by 8.
A solid 6'8". Harris can more than handle his own inside. Really an overlooked part of his game.
Back to Ball. Over Robinson, and Ball gets it to go on the assist by Zorn. Ball's got 15 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here is Miller following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Ball no good. And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
Sarr's shot is off. The Heat leading by 6. Robinson for 3. Rebound by Williams. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Ball no good.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Harris misses. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Sarr. The kick out to Ball. And the Hornets miss again. Harris outside. Love wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's the Miami Heat with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Head coach Erik Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Okay? Ball moving. No holds. No holds.
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Heat, Tobias Harris is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Robinson, then there's Wells, and it's Bryant in at the 5 spot. Now, here is Robinson. Clock at 6. Pass to Wells. For 3, Harris sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
3 points.
And the Heat lead by 6.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now, Hawkins. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Bryant dishes to Harris. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Foul call. Duncan Robinson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
And the Hornets making a change here. Miller's checked in, and Miami also making a switch. Crowder, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Miami leading by 4. Outside Robinson. The 3 ball. And he's good on the 3 ball.
That's his game right there. Robinson, one of the more deadly shooters in the NBA.
Ball, the pass to Rozier. Rebound by the Heat. Harris outside. Inside. Crowder the bounce pass. Jaquez off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Rozier.
And we continue to see Rozier taking on more responsibility offensively. Nice finish inside.
And timeout is called by Erik Spoelstra. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free T-shirt. Let's hear it, fans. All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time. It's T-shirt bonanza. Make some noise.
And the Heat making a change here. Heroes checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Erik Spoelstra had some words for his team. He was very fired up. He said, look, this is going to be a big win for us. We close this out, and we'll show the rest of the league who we are.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Hawkins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Alex Sarr.
Jaquez has a little bit of size. He's able to attack while being fouled.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jaquez.
Now, you come into the league as a 22-year-old rookie. Jaquez Jr. excelled from the jump. I mean, tons of collegiate experience, very mature, and I think that's paid off in the early stages here.
Jaquez hits both of them. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Ball to pass to Rozier. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
He's a competitor. Even amongst the trees, Rozier has such confidence in his ability to finish.
Harris outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Second team foul. Shooting for Miami, Tobias Harris. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the stripe.
And some changes here for the Heat. Love's check in for Wells. Bam Adebayo comes in for Jaime Jaquez. And it's Richardson in for Robinson. And so he makes both from the line.
Now, you could tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Ball, the pass to Rozier. Takes it inside. Pass to Richards. And he uses the glass on the layup. Richards got his first 2 points.
Known as a ferocious scorer, Rozier is also solid at knowing when to give it up.
Love kicks to Harris. Hero passes to Harris. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Richards. Hornets trail by 5. Here's Miller. It's hauled in by the Heat. Harris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Takes it off the glass.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Some changes here for the Hornets. Mark Williams is checked in for Nick Richards. Batum comes in for Sarr, and it's Bridges in for Rozier. And Miami with a change here too. Anunoby's checked in. Outside Ball. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And when it comes to moving the ball, LaMelo is unreal. Can make any pass in the book.
Adebayo kicks to Love. Adebayo with a screen for Richardson. No coverage that time. And the Heat lead by 7.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Hero from long range. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds in this game. Miller dishes to Williams. Outside, Ball. Off target from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Anunoby, no good. Hornets trail by 5. Ball with it. Picked up by Hero. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content. That one on Love.
And with all that LaMelo does on the floor, Ball is one of the most difficult guys to guard in the league.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And here's Bridges. They'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Batum finds Ball. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Ball's got 25 points.
And that is a big-time basket. LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man, Ball, is used to the spotlight.
Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Ball. Sends it back.
And Bam aptly describes Adebayo's defensive impact. He packs a punch in there.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. 56 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Adebayo.
And the team relies on this kind of dependable defense from a guy like Nicholas Batum.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for your Hornets, Brandon Miller. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Both free throws good for Miller.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Hero and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the defense kind of forced that tricky play from Hero. He still gets the shot off while being fouled.
2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that hole?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball from long range. Got it. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And timeout is called by Erik Spoelstra. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Herro. Bridges with it. Pass the ball. Back to Bridges. Yes!
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Seventeen seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Herro. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. And they move on to the NBA Cup semifinal. These guys are firing on all cylinders.
And really doing their best to represent the Eastern Conference. This is a proud organization, and they have played with great pride.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.